Hi guys. So in the last few videos we saw decision trees. In the last video particularly we studied about entropy and information gain. But till now we have mostly been dealing with the categorical columns. In that example of weather also all my 4 columns were categorical columns. So now we need to understand how decision tree would work if we are dealing with numerical columns. So here I have created a numerical column called marks based on which I want to predict the result of the students. It is a binary classification. So in case if I have a numerical column as my X column or my input column, my first step here is to sort the data in ascending order. So I will sort the data based on the X column or my marks column in ascending order. Now the next step here is to start making the splits. So first I will try to make the split with marks greater than 24 and see how many people fall in the yes and no category. Then I will make another split for marks greater than 34 and again I will get yes or no students, right? And so on and so on. I will keep on splitting one by one with all these 9 values, right? For all the 9 values in my numerical column, I am going to make these splits. Now, how will the data look after the split? Let's suppose I make this split where my marks value is greater than 34 or not. This is the data set that I will get for yes, and this is the data set that I will get for no. So whenever I make a split on every value present in my numerical column, I am going to get 2 data frames. For each of these 2 data frames, I am going to calculate the entropy. So if I have to calculate the entropy for this, it will be equal to minus 2 divided by 7 log of 2 by 7 minus 5 by 7 log of 5 by 7. Similarly, I will be calculating the entropy for the second data set also that I received, which would be equal to, what would it be equal to? It would be equal to 0 because both my data points belong to the same class. So entropy is going to be at its minimum value, that is 0. So this is going to happen for all the values. Let's suppose in my column I have this data set D. Okay. In this I have my feature F, that is equal to marks column, right? So in my marks column, let's suppose I have n values, 1, V1, V2, V3 and so on till Vn. So I am going to split n number of times every time with a new value. So first with the first value, then second value, then third value and so on. On splitting with every value, I am going to get 2 data sets like this, right? Every time I make a split, one would be for yes and the other would be for no. For each of these data sets, like I calculated, I will be calculating the entropy values. So here also for the first data set, I got the entropy value as E1. For the second data set, I got the entropy value as E2. And now I am going to perform the weighted average. So weighted average again here would be, if I have to calculate the weighted average value, how many data points are over here? 7 divided by total 9 into E1 plus 2 data points divided by 9 into E2. This is going to be my weighted average. And I am going to subtract this to calculate my information gain for this split. What will I do? Information gain will be nothing but the entropy of the parent minus this weighted average that I have calculated, right? And what is the entropy of the entire system? If I have to calculate this, it will be equal to, how many are my P points? 5 divided by how many are total points? 9 log of 5 by 9 minus 4 by 9 log of 4 by 9. So let's suppose this value is EP or entropy of the parent. So information gain will be equal to EP minus this weighted average value. So I am going to calculate the information gain for all the splits. So if there are n values present in my numerical column, I will get the information gains that are n. So from information gain 1 till information gain n, I will get all the values. And whichever information gain is the highest, let's suppose it's information gain 3. This is the highest. That means I am going to select my third split. That is my split that is finalized is that marks should be greater than V3 value, whatever this split is. So this is how we decide this value V3 on which we want to make the split on a particular numerical column. So again, to repeat this, first calculate the information gain, first calculate the entropy of the entire system, right? Then sort the values in ascending order and start making the split by one on all the values. So first I will make the split marks greater than 24, then marks greater than 34, then marks greater than 38. And then at every split I am going to get two data sets. I will calculate the entropy for both the data sets E1 and E2 and calculate their weighted average also. Once I have the weighted average, I can calculate the information gain of the split by calculating my entropy before the split and the weighted entropy after the split. And whichever split gives me the highest entropy, I will select that split value as my final value. And this is how we make split decisions on numerical columns. So this is all that I wanted to cover for this video. Thank you so much. For more such videos, stay tuned.